A huge game week is ahead for a lot of teams. Let's first see how we did the previous week and then try to predict this one. Tottenham won 1-0 against Newcastle. We did predict them to do so, but we expected a few more goals. First exact score we correctly predicted this week was a board draw at Brighton. Then after that, we've incredibly got another exact draw score. Burnley 1, Southampton 1. Chelsea smashed Huddersfield 5-0. We predicted 2 goals less, but it's still close. We went against the odds on Fulham, but Crystal Palace won 2-0 and made big steps towards keeping their Premier League status. We had a huge miss predicting Everton to win 2-1, but they lost 3-1 at home to Wolves. Cardiff won 2-0 against Bournemouth, while we expected the Cherries to build on their win against Chelsea. In statistical analysis, we did highlight how Man United have surprisingly more counter-attacks than Leicester, and they did score a perfectly executed one to win 1-0. Our third correct exact score was Man City winning 3-1 against Arsenal. Their title race rivals only got a 1-1 draw at the London Stadium, so we got that one wrong as well. To recap, 6 out of 10 correct results isn't too shabby, but we got 3 out of 10 exact scores, which is pretty good. Okay, time for the new fixtures and predictions. The opening match of the Gameweek 26 is Fulham against Man United. In 5 out of last 6 matches between these two teams we saw 3 goals or more, and also both teams managed to score in all 6. Fulham has no clean sheets in last 6 matches, while Man United has no losses under Solskjaer yet. Stats tell us Man United dominate in expected goals, don't have that many shots more than Fulham, but do have significantly more possession. It's very hard to predict the exact score for this one, but we're going 2-1 to the visitors. Another London derby is at Selhurst Park again, with West Ham visiting this Saturday. The Hammers don't have any losses in the last 7 head-to-head fixtures. Crystal Palace was first to score in their last 7 matches. West Ham is first to concede in the last 8 out of 10 matches. The Eagles are edging the attacking stats, but a bit surprisingly, West Ham do have more counters per 90 minutes. It's very tough to get this one right, as we're not sure how will the home team set up, but we're going for a 1-1 draw with both teams scoring. Following their disappointing defeat against City, Arsenal are visiting Huddersfield. In head-to-head matches, Arsenal won last 4, without conceding in the last 3. Huddersfield has no wins in last 13, and no goals scored in last 5 matches. Arsenal hasn't kept a clean sheet in the last 3. It's obvious Arsenal are the stronger team, but surprisingly Huddersfield has seen quite a bit of possession, but neither team has a huge amount of shots per 90 minutes. We're predicting a comfortable 2-0 win for the Gunners, with the home side extending their negative streaks. Liverpool are welcoming Bournemouth, and only a win will calm down the nerves at Anfield. Last 6 meetings between these two teams had 3 goals or more. In last 3 of these Liverpool won while keeping a clean sheet. Eddie Howe's side won against Chelsea, but then lost against Cardiff, so it's hard to predict what kind of Bournemouth will appear on the day. But statistically, even though Bournemouth have good attacking stats, Liverpool still strongly dominates. We're going for a 3-0 win for the Reds. The Saints have picked their league form up, and they welcome a very tricky Cardiff. Southampton has no clean sheets in last 6, but also scored in all those matches. Cardiff has only 1 win in the last 5, but that win was a very important 6-pointer against Fulham last week. The Saints have about a quarter more expected goals and shots, and are also a lot better at completed passes. That's why we think the fans at St. Mary's will finally see a comfortable victory with a clean sheet. We're going 2-0 here. Marco Silva is visiting his old club with Everton, and no one expects Watford fans to be very welcoming. Watford has very patchy form and are quite unpredictable. In past 5 out of 7 head-to-head meetings, both of these teams scored. Watford and Everton are very close in the table, and so are their stats, with Everton edging expected goals, passing and possession. Because of the home advantage, Watford are favourites, but we're going 1-1. On Saturday evening, we don't have any of the top 6 teams playing. Instead, we have 2 teams from the lower part of the table, Brighton against Burnley. Brighton has no wins in last 5 and no wins in last 6 head-to-head meetings. Last 7 out of 8 of those head-to-heads finished with 2 goals or less. Burnley has no clean sheets in last 3 and no wins in last 4 matches. Both of these teams have below average stats in passing, shots and expected goals, so we don't expect this to be anything but a difficult game to watch. We're going against the odds and predict a 1-0 Burnley win. Leicester have another difficult match as they play Tottenham at the Wembley Stadium. In last 6 meetings between these two teams, Leicester didn't keep a clean sheet. Tottenham was first to concede in last 5 out of 6 matches, while Leicester did the same in their last 5. Both teams scored in last 5 out of 6 head-to-heads. Spurs dominate in expected goals and possession, but only have 1 shot more per 90 minutes. We're predicting a 2-0 win for the Spurs. Man City are involved in another match of the week as they host Chelsea at the Etihad. Man City was first to score in last 9 of their matches. Last 4 out of 5 matches between the two teams ended with 2 goals or less. It's important to mention that Chelsea won 2-0 at Stamford Bridge in December. Both teams have great possession and shot stats, with City projected to score at least 2 every match, but in this case we're predicting a 1-1 draw. Monday night fixture is Wolves against Newcastle. Wolves have 3 wins on the bounce and no losses in the last 5 matches. Their last 7 matches involved 3 goals or more. On the other hand, Newcastle didn't keep a clean sheet in last 3. Wolves are clearly ahead in expected goals, shots and possession, but are still very hard to predict. Nevertheless, we're going for a 2-1 win for the home side. So that concludes this game week. Here are all our predictions once again. Feel free to post in the comments below where you think we got it wrong, or post your full predictions. If you do better than us or get a shock result right, we'll be sure to feature you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to help us out. See you in the next one. Bye bye.